The people that they're making their lives. They're literally creating their lives for themselves. How are they doing it? They're doing it by intentionally going and changing their minds. They're not allowing stuff to enter them without their consent. They do not allow environments. They do not allow people to enter their consciousness without their permission. Hey everyone, welcome back to Litmind. I'm Kartikh, and today we're going to be talking about what is it that makes your reality. And I believe that what makes your reality is the thoughts that you think. And I believe that Nightingale has said it so well that I'm going to reuse what he said, and I'm going to say that our thoughts, that whatever you think all day long is what you become. You become what you think about all day long. And I think that is the most, I think that sums up the entire video. I believe I don't even have to create the video now, but I'm going to still expand on it so that you understand what is it that needs to be done in order for you to have your thinking, so that your thinking actually works in your favor. See, our thinking is sometimes against us because of the fact that we have not taken the time out to develop our thinking. We do not really put effort in actually making sure that we are feeding it with the right thing. See, just like how you have to feed your stomach, I believe you have to also feed your mind. You have to, with the right thing. See, if you eat junk all day long, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have a bad stomach. Just like that, if you're gonna surround yourself with people that are junk, then what's gonna happen is that your mind will be going through diarrhea every single day. And I think Sadhguru says it so well that our minds are in a state of diarrhea. That's so true. That's so true. I mean, if you think about it, that we do not have any control over our thinking, and sometimes we're on automatic. Sometimes we don't even know why we're doing what we're doing, is because of the fact that we don't realize that we have allowed stuff to enter us that is not good for us, and we are now going through that mental diarrhea because of the fact that we have literally become we're living on automatic, we're living unconsciously, and we're just going through the motions of the day as if that you are not even responsible for creating your reality. I do not understand why people do not have a sense of consciousness, but that's not important. If you are a person who is willing to help yourself out of that circumstance, out of that situation that you're currently in, then I'm telling you that it's going to take everything in you to change whatever it is that you're going through. It's going to take everything in you to see yourself from a perspective you've never seen before. In order to do that, I urge you to take some steps necessary to change your thinking. And I see that if you allow yourself to change your thinking, what's going to happen is that you're going to start seeing some things about life that you have not yet seen. I mean, the perspectives on life are going to change for you. See, we are living in a world which is a dimensional world, which means that you have the ability to literally enhance your thinking. You have the ability to enhance your perspectives. That means that there are higher perspectives available in this dimensional world where you can actually manifest your reality that you have not yet, which you are not yet able to manifest. It simply means that you have not yet allowed yourself to be consumed by the thoughts that will create your reality. That's what I'm really trying to say. What I'm really trying to say is that you have not allowed yourself to be fixated on a certain thing. I think it was Swami Vivekananda that said that just take one idea and let it consume you. Let it consume you. And I think that that's what's important. That I want you to take that one idea. And I believe we get about 3 to 4 great ideas in a year. And if we could just work on any one of those ideas and we get consumed by that idea, then what's going to happen is that we will be able to change our reality for us. But sometimes we lack the we sometimes don't have the desire to chase those ideas. We do not feel like as if those ideas will somehow are gonna help us get through what we are going through. So I do seriously believe that if you would have worked on your thinking first before you could take up that idea, then that idea will become you. So in order for that idea to become you, you must change your thinking. That means that you have to develop an optimistic attitude. That means you have to start developing an optimistic that you have to become optimistic. And if you feel like you're going through life being if you're just going through life not having the power, the willpower, or the intensity with which you should be going after life, then I believe that the only reason that is because you have not deliberately allowed yourself to feed your mind, and that feeding of the mind is going to give you your power back. That you need to somehow realize that you have literally digested like too much. There's too much junk that you have allowed yourself to be fed with, and you have to really start reading books. You have to start listening to people that have an understanding about life and about things. And you know what's going to happen is that you're going to start taking in stuff that's going to help you see reality from a different perspective. You see, sometimes all it requires is for you to change your perspective. And once you change your perspective, you start understanding things about life. And once you start understanding things about life, what happens is you begin to develop your willpower. And once you begin to develop your willpower, things are taking on a whole nother different level. Now what you're doing is you're developing your personal power from within you. And now what's happening is once that personal power of yours begins to develop, then you start seeing yourself from a different perspective, from a whole new different way. Like your entire world begins to change because of the fact that you have allowed yourself to change a certain aspects about you. And it's easy as just going through changing it's a deliberate thing. It's something that you have to do deliberately. It's not gonna happen overnight. You have to put in the work. It's not a destination, it's a process. You have to go through the process. This is not something that you can just go through and it's just gonna happen someday. No, it's a process. You have to keep doing it. You have to keep going ahead and keep advancing yourself towards bettering yourself, because I believe that if you are not chasing your highest ideal in this world, if you are here and if you do not believe that there's a version in you that you have not yet allowed to give birth to, that you have not allowed yourself to give life to, is because of the fact that you are not living deliberately. It's because your life is not committed to something that you want. I'm telling you, the moment you commit yourself to something, what's going to happen is that you're going to start feeling responsible for your life. Right now, you may not even feel responsible for your life because of the fact of the people around you, and you want to blame others. You're always, either you're complaining about things, you're blaming someone or something. You have to get away from people that are not healthy for you. You have to get away from people that are not helping you grow. And if you do not understand that, then I believe that you have to start looking into people. You have to start searching for people that are going to help you see that for yourself. That means that you have to now develop a thirst. You have to now develop a thirst for people that are going to help you see your reality from a different perspective. That means that whatever it is that you want, it's possible. You can have that, but you must become that. There's a saying that says that you don't get what you want, you get what you are. That means that you must become what you want, which means that if you want to be whoever you say you want to be, or you say whoever it is that you desire to be, then you must become that first. That you should start preparing yourself for it. And if you're not preparing it, if you're not being deliberate in your life to an airplane doesn't fly without gravity. You need gravity for the plane to fly. And so, just like that, we have negative forces in this world, that we live in a negative world. It's like gravity. And in order for you to be positive, in order for you to accelerate to that point in life, that means that you have to go against the negative forces, which means that you have to know that the power is within you, and you have to go towards that positive force with all your power, with all your strength, with all your might. And now that's when you will be able to release those negative forces, no matter what it is that you're going through. It is only there because you have allowed yourself to be in it. It can be removed. It can be moved. That's your mountain and it should be removed. You're not supposed to live like that for the rest of your life. However it is that you're living, you're not supposed to live like that. The only reason you are living like that is because you have allowed yourself to not grow from that situation. You have not allowed yourself to come out into the arena of life where you are being challenged. You have to challenge yourself. You have to know that if you are not challenging yourself, then you are literally allowing yourself to live. You're literally a living, breathing corpse is what you are. Nothing but a living, breathing corpse, because you have allowed the forces which are there in your environment to deal with you in a way that you have that you have just surrendered to these forces. That means that you have just allowed the common consciousness to take over you, and now you're not even forcing yourself out of this hellhole that you have put yourself in. And maybe you haven't even put yourself in it. Maybe it's somehow life has put on these circumstances in your life for the fact that it wants you to get out of it. But you do not have the capacity to really understand that right now, and that's why you need to pick up some authors. You have to find some self-development people that are gonna help you move towards that life that you desire to be in. That means that if there's a reality for you, then you have to create it. You have to become a creator. See, there are only two kinds of people in this world. Ones that are surviving and the others that are creating. Choose your side. Either you're surviving, either you are just a survival. You are one of the survivalists, or you're one of the creators, the artists, the people that are actually creating their art. They're making their lives. They're literally creating their lives for themselves. How are they doing it? They're doing it by intentionally going and changing their minds. They're not allowing stuff to enter them without their consent. They do not allow environment. They do not allow people to enter their consciousness without their permission. They do not allow people to have any power over them. Why? Because they have worked on it by knowing who's speaking the right thing. You have to know, you have to be able to, you have to discern. You have to discern. If you are in this world, you have to be able to have that capacity to discern. The power to discern is something that you have to develop. I'm writing a book and there's a chapter in it where I talk about the power of discern, where I talk about how you have to develop this power, which is to discern the people around you, how you have to be able to know that what's right around you and what's not right around you. And if you have the capacity to discern things in life, you will lead a life which is going to be more purposeful, which is going to be more which will be much more filled. See, there are sometimes people in our lives that can literally empty you. You have people around you that can literally empty you. And that's why you have to get away from those people. You have to break away from those people. And in order to break away from those people, you're going to have to start you have to start emulating people. You have to start reading books. You have to start looking into people that can help you enthuse yourself, that can help you motivate yourself, so that you always are inspired. And let me tell you something. It's just a habit. Being positive is a habit. You have to create it. It's up to you. It's up to you. You're gonna feel like it. I don't feel like it today, but you're gonna have to do it because of the fact that there are forces that are always bringing you down. That's why you have to do it. The only reason motivation doesn't work for you is because of the fact that you haven't allowed it to become a part of your life. It has to be a part of your life. It has to be a daily part of your life. It cannot be just one day I'm listening to motivation and then the next day I'm just going ahead and doing whatever the hell I want. It doesn't happen like that. Those are the people that say that motivation doesn't work. It only works for people that have deliberately made it their life, to make it a conscious way of living, that being positive is the only way you can go through life. And if you're living a very limited life is because of the fact that you have not given yourself the permission that you are more than who you should, that there's something in you that's more than who you believe you are. There's something in you that's more than who you believe you are. And I'm here to tell you that because I have literally been told the same, that, you know, what is it that you are so good at? And I have literally developed myself to this person that's speaking to you right now. If you would have met me 5 years ago, you probably wouldn't have seen me speaking. You wouldn't have seen me like this. You would have seen me a different version of me. So I developed myself. I developed myself over time. And so that's what I'm saying. It can happen for anyone. It can happen for you. It can happen for whoever it is that wants to change themselves. But you have to commit yourself. It is a commitment. It is a commitment. It requires your commitment. It requires your deliberateness. It requires you now to make it happen. So now, that's all I want to share with you, and I'm going to see you in my next video. And so don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be coming up with these videos on a daily basis so that I can keep you enthused, motivated, and keep you going for it. That life that you so desperately desire to be in, that life that you have so desired, I will be your support system. I will be your accountability partner in this journey that you are going through, so that I can be that person for you that can see things for you. Because I do know that whatever it is that you're going through, I was going through that once in my life. And therefore, whatever it takes, don't settle for whatever it is that you have settled for. Don't settle. Do not allow yourself to settle for a life that is less than enough. That's not who you are. That's not who you are. You don't even know who you are. You have no idea who you could be. You have no idea. And so, let me show you who you are. And therefore do follow me, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.